Mississippi State wins the tip in the road black. Florida in the home white. Our officials packed a hand locked in, starting tonight in place of Thomas Houck, who is out for precautionary reasons. Meanwhile, Alex Condon, boy, has his game opened up.
And give the assist to Ruben Chinyelu when he screened off his man.
Inside feed, and that is caught and put down by Quincy Ballard. Here comes Josh Hubbard, one of the top scorers in the country. Boogie Flan darted loose. Lee, lob, Flan pays it off.
That's a beautiful connection right there. Last year, but there you see the defensive work for Florida. The active hands create that steal and an easy 2 points in transition. That can move their feet, switch in emergency situations. They're going to be tough to handle.
Good inside feed to Jamarion Davis Fleming, and boy, Boogie Flan coming off 14 points, handful of assists, no turnovers against his former team, Arkansas.
And Boogie Flan has been playing really good defense all year long, but he's settling in on the offensive end as of late.
Hubbard catch and shoot. That's a three.
In recent games, but falling back down in the last two.
A chore off the pump fake, drive, backs it in over the top of Condon.
And give a really good effort.
Lee kick out, Condon passes up a three, weaving, spinning, and laying it in past Quincy Ballard.
He gives up the jump shot, puts it on the deck, and look at this. Comes to 2 feet, shot fakes, and a reverse spin.
State has made its last 4 field goals. On top by 1, McGee makes it 5 in a row for the Bulldogs. Picked by McGee, 3 on 2 if they want it. Bounce pass in, a chore. Past Flan for 2.
Particularly when you talk about the impact of Quincy Ballard. When they play against teams that go with small ball, they've had their problems.
What a feed down low to McGee.
Well, Chris Jans understands that this is a situation that you can be ready for, take advantage of a Florida team that's coming off a high. As you can see that interior play right there, you see the effort of Florida chasing down rebounds out of the area.
Bonjar walled off, then little okey-doke past McGee.
He pivots again, freed himself up for a layup.
Hubbard does not need much space.
He's been struggling as of late because when you have a 46-point performance, teams are dialed up to stop you.
Oh, upstairs, big and hand-locked in with a hammer.
The strength of this Florida team is in the front line, and those two guys with the connection. Alex Condon always with his head up.
Great feed inside to Ballard with the one-hand cockback.
My goodness.
Get out the way. Physicality tonight from the Bulldogs.
Quincy Ballard says you have a great front line, but take this right there in your face.
Here comes Hubbard. Less than 12 minutes to go in the opening half. Mississippi State has been on fire. McGee fading away. Step back three, Hubbard. First miss from the floor. Lee on the run out, 3 on 2. Lob. Brown backs it in.
Yeah, that's a great job. Once again, see, Davian Lee, he's got a knack for throwing those alley-oops. That time, he was able to keep his head up, put it right on the money.
C.J. Ingram, his first minutes of the night. Open 3. Knocks in the catch and shoot. Lee with the ball on a string, out to Ingram. Back-to-back threes. Timeout, Mississippi State.
And here you are in screen row action. You find C.J. Ingram once again wide open, and he makes it pay from the deep corner. See if you can get an easy possession and steal it back. Get the ball on your side.
Condon through the bump. Got the friendly bounce.
This is where you're Mississippi State. You let Hubbard operate.
Oh, erased by Chinyelu. Out of nowhere.
Josh Hubbard thought he made a really good move to not getting that one up high enough on the glass for the potential defensive player of the year. It's easier to shoot shots around defenders than shooting over the top, and there's a beautiful move. Talk about going around. And he gets the ball. He's comfortable making decisions with the ball all around the court.
Lead to Condon. No. Hand locked into the tap back. Epps scoops to finally stop the bleeding. Behind the back to a Chore. Home run pass. Condon puts it down.
It's an outstanding job right there by those two. Boogie Flan with his head up.
Will they count the bucket? Condon felt the double. Went up with it anyway and dropped it down for two.
Now that's great recognition.
Backdoor feed, Matsura corralled and drops it in. A soft touch for the sophomore from Slovenia. Three ball, Brown rattles it home.
And now he lines one up from deep.
Epps sent out of bounds by Handlockton, who shakes his head no.
It's not only the offensive end, but Micah Handlockton doing work and saying, hey. Biggest issue is keeping Chinyelu off the offensive glass. You lose a little bit of beef with Ballard on the sideline.
Brown left his defender behind.
Well, you have to do the little things to help your teammates. And notice, as Ruben Chinyelu, it's like lead blocking. He just takes out King Grace. You might not be able to go deep into your roster, but as time has started to go, they have been able to go a little bit more as far as their depth is concerned.
Trying to hang around here over the final 90 seconds of the first half. Flan, lob, deflected by Grace, and there is Chinyelu on the offensive putback. Flan, over the top, splashes it against Epps. Hubbard with still 5 seconds to go. Weaving through the defense, banks it in. And Mississippi State closes the half with a bucket. There's a Chore on the turnaround. Short, tracked down by Jamarion Davis, Fleming, and now Hubbard. Back up to Epps, buries a three. Smaller lineup on the floor now for Mississippi State as a Chore goes to the bench to get some treatment, and Ballard starts the second half on the bench with 3 fouls. Lee getting to the cup for 2.
Good job. A little screen-to-screener action.
Jamarion Davis, Fleming.
Finding the crease that he needs and the elevation for the dunk.
Former top 100 recruit out of the state of Mississippi has been a pleasant surprise. Chinyelu +2.
He pulls those rebounds with 2 hands. And those broad shoulders carves out space, and a steal.
Up ahead to Lee and a flash. Step back to Condon. Left hand off the side of the rim. Chinyelu right back. No. Tap in is good from Condon. And the final has just occurred in the Alabama game. And with the Tide losing, now Florida has clinched the outright SEC championship.
With back-to-back baseline out-of-bounds opportunities where Xavier Lee is able to turn the corner. And check out Ruben Chinyelu, number 9 in white, clearing that out so Quincy Ballard's not able to rotate over.
Oh, Matsura on the lob from Epps. Condon kick out, lead 3. Matsura with a good box out. Jamarion Davis, Fleming couldn't corral. Brown upstairs, Lee puts it down.
That's a tough break right there for Mississippi State. Some boxing out where the loose ball even hit the deck, but Florida staying after it, gets another one, and then right back at him. Here's Josh Hubbard, an elite scorer with an easy floater.
First points of the half for the number 2 scorer in the SEC. Condon goes reverse pass. Flan for 3. Yes. Epps, step back 3. In response, knocks it down. His second 3. A rare double miss at the line for Josh Hubbard. Inside hand locked in. Not his own miss. Here's Hubbard off the bounce. Weaving through the baseline. Kick out McGee. Bangs a 3 from the corner. Off the curl. In Ingram falling to the court. Lays it in for two. He has 8 points.
That's good basketball right there. Florida used that floppy set to get those two guards freed up. That time Ingram makes a good decision.
Right to the cup. Counted in the foul. Back-to-back three-piece opportunities.
He's got that ball on a string. Goes right there. That ability to just hang in midair. The last second.
Auburn, a 75% free throw shooter, has missed 3 of his last 4. Chinyelu, offensive rebound, lead 3. Yes! Ingram floats it to Chinyelu with authority. Grabs the loose ball. 13 rebounds for the Florida big man. Handlocked and saves it. Klobuchar. Bang!
He wanted to contribute. I love the grit that he was able to have when a lot of guys would have phoned it in.
McGee responds out of the Mississippi State timeout with a 3. Not going away quietly are the Bulldogs, despite their 5-11 record in league play. Handlocked in from lead. Lee, logo. That's a 3.
Fabian Lee comes down. He uses that solid screen there by Ruben Chinyelu, gets him freed up. He lines it up from the top of the key.
Not only in the SEC tournament, but in March Madness. Klobuchar feeling McGee on his hip. One thing that Epps has improved on tremendously this year is on-ball defense, often drawing the other team's best guards. Sent away by Chinyelu. Lee snaking, finding a space, and puts it down to creativity.
Serious here with another year to go for the Bulldogs.
Already the all-time leading three-point scorer. Has hit a couple of threes tonight. Marion Davis Fleming was going to catch that lob. Fleming thought it was going somewhere else. Lee saves it to Condon. Dumped out Chinyelu. Back to Condon. Hammer time! Oh yeah! Counted in the foul!
Man game, big to big action, and it's Alex Condon right in your face. Australian Joe Ingles. When I was playing professional basketball, we sit around and watch Australian rules football. My time in Spain, you learn some of those things.
Chinyelu, another pass to Condon, puts it right past the freshman.
Can beat you in a slowdown game where they're attacking on the offensive rebounding, one of the top teams in the country in that category. But they all have speed with the guards. You would see a little bit more statistical impact individually.
Condon got the board, flips it up and in. And the Maestro running the break. Here's Brown. Off the bounce, knocks right to the cup for 2. Timeout, Mississippi State. Very impactful, and of course still a lot of ball to play for the Gators.
Playing high-level ball at the right time of the season.
Chinyelu has tied the all-time program record.
You know, Florida just absolutely smothers you. And the duration of a 40-minute game, they come at you in waves. Can keep going to players on the bench to make. Last year's team that they had to win a national championship relied heavily on the offensive production, but this team can lock you up, and that's the biggest difference between last year and this year.
Off the mark, handlocked it, come on! The effort from that young man tonight will not be denied! Handlocked it!
Look at the bigs down low with Olivier Reed. Quincy Ballard, 7 foot tall.
Joseph Berg from downtown! Grace, step back 3. King Grace tonight.
Didn't know, now you know. The Florida Gators are here for it all.
100 wins at Florida for Todd Golden. One of the young stars in this sport, and the Gators continue their quest for a #1 seed in the NCAA tournament.